Hi my loves, welcome back to Beauty by Cherelle J. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. If you've been here from the beginning, thank you so much for continuing to support me, even though I've taken the longest hiatus ever from YouTube. Regardless, I'm happy to be here and I hope you are just as happy to have me. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I'm going to try to make this tutorial as quick as possible. As you can see by the introduction to this video, I am going to be showing you guys how to do my method for knotless box braids. Because I have natural hair, all of my protective styles are made and done to do exactly that, protect my hair. Natural hair is extremely prone to breakage, so you definitely have to be mindful of how much weight you put on your hair, how much tension you put on your hair, and the products you use in your hair. Today I'm not going to be doing this style on myself. I'm actually going to be doing it on my sister's hair. She does have relaxed hair. However, I did do the same exact method that I do when I do these braids in my hair. To do this protective style, I did use the jumbo braid Knotless braiding hair from Outre. I used 7 packs only in the color 1B. That's her natural hair color. I used Hicks Edge Control, which is the edge control that she uses. I personally have natural hair, so I normally use natural hair products. I normally use the edge control from Curls. Other than that, I used a fine tooth comb for parting, a edge control brush that has the small edge brush on one end and the small fine tooth comb on the other end, and then I had a wide tooth comb and a weave brush to detangle the braiding hair itself because it does tangle a lot. And that's literally it. Afterwards, of course, you can go in with your hair oil, scalp oil, grease, whatever it is. Well, I don't recommend using grease on your scalp, but whatever hair oil you do use to moisturize your scalp, you can go in with that afterwards. But as far as doing the style, these are the only things that I used. Doing braids is a very long process, especially if you're doing them as small as I did them and as long as I did them. It definitely takes a long time, so to make the process go as smoothly as possible, there's 2 steps that will make it much easier. The first one's going to be sectioning off the pieces of hair that you're going to be adding in and just having the pieces readily available to you while you're doing the hair, so that you're not going through and grabbing the entire pack of hair and pulling off a piece every single time you're doing it while you're braiding the hair down. That makes absolutely no sense. They do make like these wooden boards that have the sticks on them that you could put the pieces on, but that I guess I would recommend to hairstylists or people that do braids more often. If you are just someone that wants to do your hair for yourself, do your hair for a family member, your daughter, anything, whatever the case is, you just find whatever surface works for you. I personally had a railing at the top of our steps that's right next to where I was doing her hair, so I just laid out all of the pieces, and then as I used up all of them, that's when I would stop and add more pieces throughout the process, just so that they're just always there. The second thing I recommend doing is a 2-part situation. The first part is going to be working in sections. We started off on blow-dried hair, and then I sectioned her hair off into about 8 or 9 sections probably, making sure that those sections were even, were straightly parted as well, because I would just be going in section by section to do her hair. And then I would just braid those sections and have them clipped up and out of the way, and then every time I was done with one section, I'll move on to the next, and that made the process go a lot faster. And then to make the process go even faster than that, once I got to each section, I pre-parted the hair. So the way I did that for her is I would make the parts that I'm doing that I would do for each braid, and I would just put them in twists and clip it up, so that every time I'm ready to go to the next braid, I don't have to stop and take the comb and make a new part and make sure it's straight. I would literally just be pulling a twist out and braiding, and that made the process go extremely smooth. So to go over it one more time, firstly, you definitely want to section off the braiding hair and have the pieces readily available to you. And secondly, you definitely want to pre-part the hair. It will make life easy and also work in sections. So as long as you do know how to braid already, this part of it is going to be easy. All I'm really going to be explaining to you guys is how to add in the pieces of hair. If you do not know how to braid, then I will include a link in the description box of a video that I believe explains braiding to the best that it can be explained. So for this, you're just going to start braiding like normal with the natural hair. Once you get down to a certain point and you have the middle and right piece of hair in between your pointer and thumb finger, you're going to go in with a piece of the braiding hair and attach the hair, one side of it to the right piece and the other side to the middle piece. Once that piece is added in, you're just going to continue braiding down like normal. However, once you start to continue to braid, you want to make sure that that piece of hair that you had added is pushed up as close to the two pieces you added it to, so that it maintains the image that, or the facade that this is all your natural hair. You should never be able to see or be able to tell where you added in those pieces of hair. The next very important thing is that when you're going in to add that second piece of hair, that piece on the right should be the piece of hair that you left without any extension from the first time. Because obviously on the first one you were only able to add in 2 sides to that braid, so you were only able to add it to 2 out of the 3 pieces. So when you add this second piece of hair in, that piece on the right should definitely be the piece of hair that has no extension added to it. There has to be an extension on all 3 pieces of the braid, so that once your natural hair runs out, you're still able to continue to braid all the way down. Once you're done braiding the entire head of hair, as you can see, there's still more that needs to be done. The ends of the hair are very unflattering. She can barely shake her hair or move. So there are a few steps we're going to take just to complete the look. The first thing I'm going to do is go in with some scissors and I'm going to trim the ends of the hair, try to get it in a very subtle V shape and just get rid of all those super stringy or super thick ends. The next part is probably even more important. I'm going to go in and boil the ends. So I'm going to place the ends of the hair in boiling hot water, soak it in for a short while, and then wring out the hot water from the hair. For this first time, I'm going to do it in sections. Then after this, I'm going to get fresh boiling hot water, and I'm just going to do the full head of hair all together at once. Make sure you go back in and wring the hair out properly because it does hold on to a lot of water and you will get water everywhere. The hair will be left dripping unless you take these extra little steps to make sure you're wringing out all that excess water. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope you did enjoy this video. I know I didn't do it the way most people would by going through the entire head of hair, but I do hope that I explained it in the best way that I can. If you still have any questions or there was anything that I forgot to explain or something that you need explained in more detail, as I said, you can comment below. You can message me on Instagram or Facebook at CherelleJBeauty. Of course, since you're already here, the easiest thing to do would be comment below. I'll see you guys in my next video.